Long time no see, friend. It's been 3 months. Where have you been? I was waiting for you. No, but really, it's good to be back. 3 months is quite the break, especially for me. I think it's been 5 years since I started this channel, and I've never taken a 3-month break. The longest break I've taken is like a month, but the break I took was needed, as I'm sure a lot of you are curious about. I got help. I'm doing much better. Family's doing much better. Everything is all good and well. Now, with that said, the state of Idaho has legally diagnosed me as a psychotic. So just know moving forward, you're taking advice from a crazy guy, a legit crazy guy, a guy that actually went crazy. So I'm going to put that as a disclaimer and warning in the description box below. Or maybe not. I mean, you can judge someone how you wish. Do you really need to label them as psychotic for you to get a good idea of who they are? Maybe, maybe not. Also, a question I have for you to contemplate. I'm not going to give you the answer to the question. I have my own answer to the question, but I'm curious what you think. Is there a difference between a psychedelic breakthrough and a psychotic break? Is there a difference? Is there a difference? And if there is a difference, what is the difference between a psychedelic breakthrough and a psychotic break? A good question to contemplate as you're awaiting my new and upcoming videos, and I have a lot more coming down the pipeline. I just wanted to make a video to let you all know, really, I'm okay, I'm alive, things are well, I've gotten help. And what's so weirdly liberating about the state diagnosing me as crazy, as psychotic, is that there's a weird freedom in that where it's like, okay, now I can actually act crazy and not have to question, am I crazy? Because I know I'm crazy. So if I'm just crazy, I might as well be crazy. Not too crazy, because I don't want to scare all of you beautiful souls away. But there's a weird liberation and a weird freedom in being diagnosed as like legally crazy. It's kind of funny. So just an update video. I'm doing all in well. I'm probably gonna cut this soon. I don't know. Maybe I'll let it grow out and have some long, luscious locks. But I'm doing well. I feel well. Sleeping good, eating good, all the essentials. And I know a lot of you will probably be curious, like, Vic, what happened? You know, tell us what happened. Tell us what happened. And honestly, I don't want to build up some story, which is like what I was doing. I don't want to play into that whole narrative. But I will say, as a counter to the state's diagnosis, that what I think happened is I think I had a complete ego dissolution. Like, my sense of personality, my sense of self was completely dissolved. And I was traveling, or I should say, realms of consciousness were passing through my awareness. It really was like the most profound experience of my life, more profound than psychedelic trips. And I never took a psychedelic. I still haven't done a psychedelic since February of 2023. So, in my opinion, I had a very profound spiritual experience, an experience of complete and total ego dissolution. I didn't do anything to cause it. I didn't take a psychedelic. I wasn't meditating. It just happened. And it got to a point where I literally had to get help because my sense of self was gone. That's why I stopped making videos. It wasn't a deliberate choice to stop making videos. I just stopped making videos because Victor, the conditioning called Victor, the ego Victor, was gone. And I was literally like surfing on astral realms. That's how I experienced it. I was like fighting demons at one point, literally fighting demons. And so that's why I posed the question, what's the difference between a psychedelic trip and a psychotic break? Well, to me, there's no difference. To me, the only difference is that a psychotic break lasts longer. A psychedelic trip lasts 4 to 8 hours. Because what I experienced over the past 3 months was almost the exact same thing I experience when I take psychedelics. And yet it was completely sober, and it lasted 3 months long. So the state gave me a diagnosis, that's all fine and well, or a diagnostic, I don't know. The state gave me a clinical diagnostic, whatever. That's all fine and well. I'm okay with that. In fact, I want to find the middle ground between the two. But do I think that there's any real difference between the realms you visit on psychedelics and the realms that you can visit naturally through a psychotic break? No, I think it's the same stuff. It's all the same stuff. It's all differing dimensions of consciousness. So my goal is to create a holistic view that includes both psychedelics and psychotic breaks, because the state won't do that. The state has their one limited, very narrow way of looking at mental health and mental illness. You know, if you tell the judge when you appear before the judge, you know, in court, and they're looking to see if they should send you to the state mental hospital or not, and you tell the judge, hey, I'm not psychotic, I'm surfing astral realms of consciousness fighting demons, he's going to tell you you're crazy. And rightfully so, right? Because in our culture, especially in the West, in America, we're spiritually illiterate. We're like spiritually bankrupt. We don't have any systems or any ways of really accounting for these astral realms of consciousness. The most we've accounted for these astral realms of consciousness was the work that Ram Dass and Timothy Leary did in the 60s when they were working at Harvard, but that got shut down. So we don't have a way of accounting for these realms of consciousness. We just say, hey, you're in psychosis, here's a pharmaceutical that'll help stabilize you, and, you know, stay here until you come back to consensus reality, till you come back to the shore of consensus reality. But just because you're not at the shore, just because you're off at sea, let's say, you know, you've undocked your ship, you've untethered the rope from the dock, and you've set sail, that doesn't mean it's not real. So that's the only point I want to make, is that it doesn't mean it's not real. And I remember reading the Bible at one point, and I read the Psalm, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. I remember I read that Psalm, and it made perfect sense. I was like, this is a map. The Bible is a map to these realms of consciousness, and I was in the valley of the shadow of death, literally. It was terrifying. It was terrifying and amazing. The past 3 months of my life were the most terrifying, amazing, confusing, and profound months of my life. In many ways, I'm in awe of the mind and what it's capable of in these realms of consciousness. And I remember reading that psalm, though I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, and I remember thinking, this is a map. The Bible is a map to these realms of consciousness, to these foreign seas. And so, for me, subjectively, everything I experienced was real. And so that's why, again, I posed the question, what's the difference between a psychedelic breakthrough and a psychotic break? Is there a difference? I'm not going to give you an answer. You can come to your own conclusions. But I think it's worth contemplating. And to wrap this video up, I want to leave you with a clip, a very profound and cool clip that'll help you think about this subject more. But other than that, I'm back. All is well. I'm excited to make content again. I'm going to keep making content per usual. I ain't going away, baby. the state's calling me crazy, that's fine. I'm still going to make videos, and I'm still going to offer insights and hopefully do it in a more free, more expressive way where I'm more myself. And maybe I can be a little crazy and share what I've learned pioneering and exploring these realms of consciousness. Peace.
It's too early for this.
Here I am. Take the sandals from your feet. For the place on which you stand is holy ground.
Who are you?
I am that I am.
I don't understand.
I am the God of your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
You were born of my mother, Yocheved. You are our brother.
What do you want with me?
I have seen the oppression of my people in Egypt and have heard their cry.
Stop it! Leave that man alone!
So I have come down to deliver them out of slavery and bring them to a good land. A land flowing with milk and honey. And so unto Pharaoh I shall send you.
Me? Who am I to lead these people? They'll never believe me. They won't even listen.
I shall teach you what to say.
Let my people go!
But I was their enemy. I was the prince of Egypt, the son of the man who slaughtered their children.
You've chosen the wrong messenger. How can I even speak to these people? Who made man's mouth? Who made the deaf, the mute, the seeing, or the blind? Did not I? Now go!
Moses, I shall be with you when you go to the king of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not listen. So I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders. Take the staff in your hand, Moses. With it, you